talking about Star Wars yet again. One thing about Star Wars is that in this movie especially, there was a lot of randomness, and the female character. That's what Star Wars really had barely anything to do with the male character. This was really about Rey's character, who is a scavenger in this kind of desert wasteland planet. Um, she she's not really a Jedi. She's not officially a Jedi. She's just has the Force, and that's really what it was. It was really just about her finding Luke and having having Luke teach her the ways of the Force, so she can fight Kylo Ren. Um, what annoyed me was that you know she this movie could have just done without Finn. And this was really a good Star Wars was really a feminist film. That's really what it was. A lot of female lead roles, like commanding roles or influential roles, like for instance Captain Plasma, who was kind of like badass, but it was real. She didn't really look all. She wasn't really doing all that much. She just looked fearsome. But they kind of embarrassed her at the end when they I guess allegedly um, threw her to a trash can or trash compiler or whatever. Um, the it was really just a feminist film. You can't as a black male you can't be. It wasn't really anything to top your hat over and say like this was a true film of diversity. I can probably say diversity, yes, but does it make me feel good as a black man? Yeah, not really. I'm not really impressed with the film. I'm not. I wasn't really too happy with it. There was really too many female, roles to be honest with you that were like really overpowering. Like Captain Plasma's. She was leading the stormtroopers. Then you had Rey's character who had force potential. She was kick ass and all that. She's bossing um, Finn around. Then you have General Leia. Um, and then you see like other female characters in the background for the Alliance side. There was a Japan or an Asian X-wing fighter. I had no problem. I don't have really a problem with the female characters in the movie, but it was just really a feminist film. If you just kind of want to see token female leads, but as a man, I just didn't see. I couldn't relate to as most people could relate. I'm too used as a black man in surrounded by the ghettos. Yeah, you're too used to female leadership. You're too used to that. You're used to seeing women make not even really make plans, but pretending to make plans, and you're used to women making leading and leading the black community to shit. And to me that Star Wars to me isn't really it's not a fantasy. It's a reality, man. That's basically how black men are. You know, we're the we're always playing second fiddle. We're always the inspiration. Like when you look at Finn's character, he's basically a cheerleader. He's just you can do it and da 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 da. He's not. He doesn't have a vital role. There's really no point of him even being in the goddamn series or the movie alone. I'm kind of confused on why does why does I'm confused on why black folks even pretend to like it. I feel like black folks are just pretending to like it solely on because it's a diverse film. Uh, but to be honest with you, I can't. It's not a film for a black man to lift his head up and say like I can lead shit. I can be the superhero that all races of people can like. I mean, we only get that luxury if we're playing second fiddle to a white woman or to a woman in general. You know, this was just a feminist movie. I couldn't, and I'm not really mad, like, cause I knew what to expect. I knew this would, this isn't J.J. Abrams is not pro-black, or he's not no Quentin Tarantino, so he's not even gonna try to make it at least seem pro-black. So I wasn't really, you know, entertained or thrilled. I should have been. One thing I should have been. I should have been more cautious about the film, um, about how John Boyega's character was going to be. I really should have saw that coming, but I felt kind of bad because I felt kind of bad and good because I don't mind fighting for my brother. Okay, you don't deserve the racism. You don't deserve all those little negative comments about people don't want to see the film just because of you. But then again, when I watch the film and I'm like, okay, you just kind of sit back and you're scratching your head and you're like, wait a minute, did I just defend a coon or some shit? I didn't like the movie at all, man. It was too coonish for me, to be honest with you. I can try to like it, but it wasn't really something that I'm proud of as a fan, or let alone a black person that But it's really up to black folks to create movies, and not even really just create movies, but to create a fan base for black movies, so we won't have to be pretending to like, or we don't have to be pretending to like Star Wars, because I'm pretty sure black folks are just pretending to like it. Let's just be honest with you. We're pretending. We know damn well that Finn's character is coonish. He looks silly, but we're just trying to, keep a straight positive face because we rarely get good black males, or let alone good black male leads in movies that aren't cooning and buffoonish to the extreme. His cooning was just kind of subtle. And since it was a kids movie, by definition of it being owned by Disney, basically, you know, the comic relief was something to be expected. But ah, I feel embarrassed for spending money just to watch the film, but it was a good critique. Good critique. But I'll just end it at that because I'm losing my voice and I'm also losing my breath because I've been losing my patience with this film. Um, okay, I thought I was being watched for a second because I saw a guy standing, but I guess he left. But this it really isn't a film that I could be graceful about. But I'm cringing on what the next film will be like.